starts now.
Video game addiction appears to be on the rise at alarming rates here in Idaho.
A local wilderness program dedicated to helping at-risk youth tells us that 15, even 20% of kids it treats are now hooked on gaming, and that the issue, quote, didn't even exist 10 years ago. Tonight, Michelle Stark exposes a growing problem and the most addictive games on the market. You can play video games everywhere nowadays, at home, on portable gaming systems like the Nintendo DS, and yes, even on cell phones. All that access creates lots of opportunities for kids to get hooked on high scores. At the arcade and at home, kids today can't get enough of video games.
How often do you play video games?
Almost every day.
I wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, and then I start playing video games.
I play a lot.
For some kids, a lot may actually mean addiction. One recent survey suggests as many as 2 million adults alone may be addicted to video games. Here in Idaho, local therapists and psychiatrists are now seeing a lot more kids no longer in control of the controllers.
That may have significant consequences as young adults and later in life, and in a somewhat impaired ability to socialize.
One health group has actually created a website dedicated to video game addiction and drafted a list of the most addictive games. Some of the worst, the simple and repetitive, old standbys like solitaire and Tetris. But experts say there's an even more addictive group to watch out for. Massive multiplayer games with lots of detail. Halo's high-level graphics, for example, really suck you in.
Not yet.
There's also online juggernaut World of Warcraft. So many play the game so often, it's sometimes called World of War Crack. That health group-sponsored website notes more than 10 million players are registered, all eager to roam a vast fantasy world looking for battle.
That feeling of victory and mastery is very powerfully rewarding.
So how can you tell if your kid is actually addicted? A local psychiatrist says stay on alert for these red flags. First, falling grades or school performance. Second, choosing games or the computer instead of friends. 3, lack of interest in sports or formerly favorite activities. And 4, angry confrontations.
If we tap that young person on the shoulder and try to get them to withdraw from it, and they get upset, then we really know that we've got something that is of concern there.
No one really knows how much damage video game addiction could do to kids. It's all new territory for experts, watching a first full generation of gamers grow up. You might say a digital experiment is underway, with no way for parents to press reset.
We really aren't going to know for a decade or two, and we see these kids coming to maturity and can look at numbers.
Some kids are already setting their own rules.
If you're playing like 8 hours a day, even 6, that's way too much.
I usually will only play like maybe an hour or 2.
Of course, as every parent knows, following the rules can be a lot harder, especially for kids who may have crossed the line from dedicated gamers to gaming addicts. To keep your kids safe, experts we talked with recommend using parental controls on your computer and just generally limiting the amount of time your kids can spend with electronics. Michelle Stark, today's Channel 6 News. There is a lot of good information on video game addiction online. We have linked the website referenced in the story that you just saw to our website, easy to find for you. Head to KIVITV.com. You'll click on news links. And if your kids are struggling with video game addiction, we want to hear from you. Email us at news@KIVITV.com.
In a moment,